What if I told you that your brain has erased some of the most important years of your life? Think about it. You spent thousands of days learning to walk, talk, laugh, and discover the world for the very first time. Yet, you probably can't remember any of it. So, where did those memories go? Did your brain actually delete them? Or are they still hiding somewhere inside your mind? This mystery has fascinated scientists for decades, and the answer is far stranger than most people realize. It's called childhood amnesia, and almost every person on Earth experiences it. Ask yourself this question: what's the very first memory you can clearly remember? For most people, it's somewhere between the ages of 3 and 7. Everything before that is usually blank, or at best fuzzy snapshots. But here's the strange part. It's not because nothing happened. In fact, during your first few years of life, your brain was working harder than it ever will again. Every second, millions of new connections were forming. You were learning faces, voices, emotions, language, movement, and how the entire world worked. Your brain was absorbing information like a supercomputer. So why can't you remember any of it? The first clue lies in how your brain develops. Imagine trying to save thousands of important files onto a computer that's still being built. The keyboard isn't finished. The hard drive is still expanding. And new parts are being installed every day. That's exactly what your brain is like as a baby. One of the brain's most important memory centers is called the hippocampus. Think of it as your brain's memory librarian. Its job is to organize today's experiences so you can remember them years later. But during early childhood, this librarian is still learning the job. The system isn't fully ready yet. Your brain can create memories, but it struggles to store them in a way that lasts for decades. And that's only the beginning. Here's something even more surprising. Your baby's brain is constantly creating new neurons and rewiring itself. While that's amazing for learning, it may accidentally interfere with older memories, making them much harder to retrieve later in life. In other words, the same process that makes babies incredible learners may also be one reason they can't remember being babies. But scientists believe there's another missing piece: language. Before you learned words like birthday, park, year, or yonk or grandma, you experienced life without labels. Imagine taking thousands of photos, but never giving any of them file names. Years later, finding one specific picture would be almost impossible. Your memories work in a similar way. As your vocabulary grows, your brain becomes much better at organizing experiences into stories you can remember. That's why your memories become clearer as you get older. Talking also helps. Every time you tell someone about an experience, your brain strengthens that memory. That's one reason family stories can feel so vivid. In fact, some memories you believe are your own may actually come from hearing the same story over and over again. Your brain slowly fills in the missing pieces until it feels like you truly remember it. Which leads to an even stranger fact. Your memory isn't a recording, it's a reconstruction. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds it from pieces. Sometimes it gets almost everything right. Sometimes it changes tiny details without you ever noticing. Scientists are still trying to understand exactly why childhood memories become so difficult to access, but one thing is clear: your brain didn't fail. It was simply too busy building itself. Those early experiences help shape your emotions, personality, fears, habits, and the person you are today, even if you can't consciously remember them. So your childhood isn't really gone. It's woven into the way your brain works. And maybe that's the most fascinating part of all. The next time you look at an old childhood photo, ask yourself this: what if your earliest memories never truly disappeared? What if they simply became the invisible foundation of who you are today?